So hello everyone, my name is Konstantin Mulyarchik. I'm an associate professor at the Belarusian State University. Today we're going to talk about digital learning environment and how to organize this learning environment using the tools at hand that are freely available over the internet, tools that prove their efficiency in many different spheres for many different tasks. I must say that there is very little people here on masterclass. On the second masterclass, there are only 3 of us. So we will do it in a more interactive manner. I would want to be at a discussion with you, and you could also introduce yourself a little bit later on. But first, let me do it. I've been teaching for around 10 years, for even more than 10 years at the university. This is my 11th year I'm teaching. While teaching, I of course very much like to do experiments, to introduce different new teaching and learning techniques. And today also I would like to share with you my experience using such kind of tools that form the environment from the class that I delivered during spring this year. You all know this COVID pandemic. It changed a lot of things. And especially it made us all invent something with the education, because we had to move the education to online. I would like to ask everyone else on the call also to introduce himself, unmute, and if even possible to turn on video, say a few words, introduce yourself, who you are, where you're teaching, and just a few words about your experience of online teaching. Please.
May I be the first one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Maria,
okay.
please.
My first question will be if we can speak Russian, or is it necessary to speak English? I looked through the names of the participants, and it looks like all of them can speak Russian. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken, but still. So that is the first question. No.
The official language of the masterclass is English, okay. And it is being also recorded and will be placed later on the internet, on the YouTube channel. So we shall stick to English.
Okay, so English. I work at Minsk Linguistic University and represent the what was it? And I'm chair of the Department of the English language as a second language, and we teach English as a second language to students whose first language is French or German.
Okay. What's your experience with online? How would you characterize it in a few words?
I would agree that we all had to learn a lot during those 2 years, and we all went through teaching using Zoom, Classroom, Google Classroom, and all kinds of other options like Hangouts, iSpring, and all kinds of possibilities, online possibilities. As for me, my choice was Zoom plus Classroom.
Google Classroom, you mean? Yes.
Google Classroom, yes. Okay, with tests, with My choice was also to combine, especially during lectures, to combine first delivering a lecture and then presentation of a test. And then it was good because when I got the results of the students' tests, it was easy to mark all the students and to here at our university, we use a grading system where students' work is divided into two parts. Sometimes these are equal parts, and sometimes it's 30 to 70%. So one of the parts consists in attending classes, lectures, plus seminars. So it was good because it was all the answers were possible to see in Google Classroom. So it was easier to count all the students and to give them marks for presentation, for being at the lecture.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Thanks very much. Next, please. Who would love to introduce himself? Again, for those who have just joined, I would like to repeat that due to not very many people, we would do this masterclass in a more interactive manner. So I would ask the sitting here guys to introduce themselves.
Maybe excused once again. I wanted to ask if I can be excused because when we registered for this seminar, we didn't know that we have a meeting today, meeting with the rector. So I'll have to leave. I have to leave at 12:30.
No problem. You will have this recording, this webinar recorded, and
okay.
we'll have the link later on in some time when it will be uploaded. Okay, so anyone? Maybe Yulia can say a few words.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Well, me too. I work at Minsk State Linguistic University, and I conduct speech practice and grammar for first-year students. Yes. Personally, for me, it's more convenient to work with Zoom. Yes, maybe because of the fact that we have practical classes. But again, with colleagues, we widely use Google Forms to create tests for self-study. Yes, it really helps to evaluate students' work, to get their marks, and well, to look at their progress. So of course, we also have Quizlet to enrich. It helps them to enrich their vocabulary and so on. So, but I believe that for practical classes, it's more convenient to use Zoom, contrary to Google Class or something else. Well, that's about me.
Did you? Okay, Yulia, thanks very much. Have everyone heard about Trello, Miro, or Padlet?
Well, I know that there are some sorts of blackboards, right?
But about these three tools, has anyone heard something about them or used in their practice? Nadia, you heard, right? Okay, seems like no one else did. Then it will be an interesting masterclass for you. So where we will talk. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Can you
Oksana?
hear me?
Yes,
I'm sorry,
yes.
I'm finishing driving to be in the place and quiet place, but in the meantime, I can tell a few words about me. So I
Mhm.
teach Kyiv Mahila Academy in Ukraine. I teach economics, and so I teach economical courses. And so I didn't really hear the question, but from colleagues, yeah, just a few words. We use Teams to give lectures.
Mhm.
Sometimes we use Zoom, but for some reason, I don't know, I prefer Teams. This is also partly why I took this course, this lecture with you, to decide maybe Zoom is better for me, for what I need. We use the DIS2Do, which is a Moodle platform for examinations. And I know about Trello, I know about Miro. I really want to learn what they are. I know that Trello may be useful for my students in economics, maybe Miro not as much. This is at least from what I learned. Yeah, and I'm really excited to learn from you today. Sorry that I joined a little late. Traffic in Kyiv, but I will be soon in a quiet place where I will be able to participate. Thank you so much.
Please, yeah, thanks, Oksana. Please take care and drive safe. Well, I will be sharing my screen, so.
And it's really good that we will have the recording because, you know, now the need for such courses is so high, and I try to watch as much as possible. And thank you for having me again.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, colleagues, we will start with this first question. I would like to draw your attention to is the learning environment and the comparison of learning environment between the physical classroom and digital learning environment. Here on the slide, you can see the drawings from the previous masterclass that I held at 9 o'clock Brussels time. We will step shorter on this page, but still with the details. When we first, let's do it like this. We'll hide this, that it does not attract your attention. See, I'm working with Miro, it's very convenient. So let's focus on the classroom. We all know how to teach in classroom. But what is a classroom? How we can characterize it? The classroom is a physical isolated space where everything around is dedicated to learning process and is designed to facilitate the learning process. The better you have the classroom equipped or designed for education, the better your education would be, even including comfortable chairs and comfortable desks to sit. So normally in the classroom, what do we have? We have a teacher, right? We have a kind of board or presentation where the teacher draws or explains something. We have desks where students sit. We have students themselves. We have sometimes computers on their desks. And also what is important, what do we have? We have these blue things. We have this communication going around between teacher and students. And on the other hand, we have space for teacher to walk around students when they are doing some kind of task to see how they are performing, right, to correct their mistakes, to answer their questions and so on. We have space. And all that is going on in the classroom. And At the same time, there are a lot of processes going around there, asking questions, delivering materials, ensuring understanding, watching the students who is following you or not, some group dynamics, and so on and so forth. When we move to digital environment, to online, we all did that. Let's see. Let's see. We have teacher with a laptop. We have another teacher, another student with his own laptop, another student with his own laptop. I'm sorry for this drawing. I'm not a perfect drawer, a perfect painter. And I did this just on the previous call. So, but you have to follow the sense. Yeah, and they were all connected through Zoom. You all said you used Zoom for communication. And they all, were connected through Zoom. You all know functionality of Zoom. Another question, what else is here that is not for education? We have family around you, we have your friends around you, we have the other people around you, right? For example, like Oksana, who is driving right now, she has other cars around her, or maybe some other people sitting in the cars around her, right? She has traffic and so on and so forth. Students, besides Zoom, they have maybe Facebook open, some other websites open, internet, they have Telegram, chatting in Telegram. Some people of you sitting right in this masterclass may be doing something else while listening to the masterclass. I would very much like to be mistaken, of course, but we can't avoid it at all. So we have plenty other things that are also here in this environment that are not devoted to education. And see, they are like overwhelming the environment around student, around teacher, and this small Zoom application, it just vanishes. Compared to the classroom, for example, where you see there is almost nothing else in the classroom that is not for education. Well, students can look in the window, see something, but they are still in the classroom. We shall ask the same question to ourselves. We shall have a decent learning environment when we go digital. Today, this masterclass will be devoted to digital learning environment of self-paced learning based on Agile. This is the topic, but we will focus on the digital learning environment. This information is presented by the case I had, again, I would say it, I had in spring this year. I had a course, online course with master students. The prerequisites of the course were, from my side, I wanted the students to study on their own, mainly, with my checking of their tasks that they complete, and with Q&A sessions. But the main idea was they have to study on their own. The course lasted 7 weeks, and we were online. So I asked myself a question: how can I make this learning environment that would be comfortable for students? And we have to ask, and of course to answer 3 questions regarding this. First of all, how and where to store the educational materials. You all maybe know Moodle also. Girls just said in the beginning that they used Hangouts Google Classroom to store the materials there. So Moodle, Google Hangouts. Today I'll show you another tool to store. Second question is how to track students' progress through the course. It means, again, we had 7 weeks of study, and I had to follow. I need to have a convenient tool to follow their progress during these weeks. And the third question is, how do I check the results of students' work? Because I had not only theoretical material to study, but I also had practical tasks that the students had to complete. This was the third question. Let's go through each of the questions and see what I used. Besides showing you the tools, I have also prepared for you the access to play with these tools right on this masterclass. And also I will give you the link to this Miro board. Miro board. Excuse me a second. Excuse me a second. I had to. I have prepared for you also the access to play with those tools. I will give you the link to this Miro board, this one, where you could review these materials again, log in, play with it. This will be active for around a week, so that you can play it after the masterclass as well. First of all, how to store the educational materials. I will start from the tool and then I will go through some theoretical side. So I used Padlet as a tool to store my educational materials. The Padlet to me is a very convenient tool. First of all, because it looks like a Facebook page where you have posts and you want to scroll it. I really like it very much because everyone got used to this feed, Facebook feed, or Instagram feed, of contact feed, or any news website feed where you want to scroll and you have these posts. So first, very convenient for students and very familiar, because we have to think about it. On the previous seminar, on the previous masterclass at 9 o'clock Brussels time, there was a question that the students don't like to switch between many tools, because today I'm going to present you Padlet, Miro, and Trello. Students do not like to switch between different tools, right? Where I say, okay, let's count. Do students use Facebook, Telegram, Viber, TikTok, and some other applications? How many applications do they use? They use plenty of them. So this phrase that they don't like many tools in education does not have grounds. Another question is how easy it is for a student to use these applications. So to me, Padlet is very, very similar to what they used before. And therefore, this is very, very easy to use, friendly, and they can start easily to use it. So here on Trello, I've put my materials. Here, see, sorry, it's in Russian because my course was in Russian. But just follow the idea. An important point is that these are all atomic or small pieces of material. So they watch, for example, here they watch a short video of 5 minutes long. Yeah, one of my videos that I recorded a long time ago. They then have read an article. They have this task, which I will step on a little bit later. Then they have another block. I can give some description, right? I can give some video. I can give some explanation. I can give some photos from the book, for example, and have it to link to the book. So in any case, very convenient tool to place the materials in atomic manner. I mean, I split all the materials in small pieces that are digestible. Why small? Small because they can make one piece at a time, and it's easy for them. Students are very hard in concentrating, especially online, because many things distract, and their attention is already distracted. It's a common problem for almost everyone and everywhere right now, because we're all distracted. Messages, phone calls, pop-ups, websites, this and so on. So small pieces. And what I learned from my students who passed this course, the more complicated the subject is, the more atomic pieces should be here on the Padlet. So I will give you the link right now to the chat where you can play with the same copy of this Padlet, log in with this email and password, and just you can play and see how easy you add the materials here using this plus button. How it can be dragged and so on. So you can play. Another question was, so I had several different Padlets, so these pages, for 7 different topics on my course. Now the question arises, how do I organize it together? I have organized it with Miro board and interconnected the topics among each other. Here is the example. See, this is this branch. Let me mark it. This is this branch. Yes. The name of the topic and the link to the corresponding Padlet. Then link to another topic, link to another Padlet. Link to topic, link to Padlet. And also the links to the topics between themselves, like here, for example, right? Or here. By the way, on this Padlet, I've collected the materials not only for my business analysis course, but for other courses that I'm teaching, because the materials are also interconnected between each other, even through different courses. And this is, I think, and this is very useful for the students, because they learn not only by studying the concrete material of a concrete topic, but they learn from making connections between different pieces of materials, combining them into their own holistic picture in their head. And that's why when you have your course structurized topics on the board, and showing them how to understand the course, they will most likely learn much better. So I structurized the course in this way, and you see it is also very convenient because to have structure here, because you, for example, you are always developing the course, right? You always add new topics to the course, correct something, have new ideas, new connections, and so on. Here, you can do anything on this mirror board. You can do anything. You can see like me here. I've put some information to think further, some other information here that I will later on review and include into my own holistic picture of the course. So I would recommend to do it. This is a very good experience even for your own to structure such material for you. So this is the first part. Again, I have Padlets, materials on the Padlets. By the way, here on the Padlet, let me open this play thing to play and show you, for example, on the Padlet, to engage students to work, you can add also the commenting to every post and reactions. Reactions, you can do likes, votes, stars, or grades. For example, you can do likes. Same as in the Facebook. Again, very convenient, very similar to people, and they can comment a comment, and also they can comment. Yeah, also they can comment on their comments. They can hit likes and so on. Well, from my experience, I tried this, but students use this more like source of information, the Padlet, not the engagement instrument. So they during the whole course, I received only one comment to one piece and nothing more. Well, and no likes. So, well, I'm a little bit skeptical. Maybe you have to engage student in during this post to do something below. But again, it's up to you. Yeah, my goal was a little bit different. It's just the peculiarities. I see a raised hand, Oksana. You want to ask something?
Yes, I have two questions. The first one is, do students need to register at Padlet to participate in these readings and commenting? And second, how much time it took for you to organize this Miro board, this huge board that you just showed to us?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, first question, students do not have to register. Mm-hmm. The Padlets are available. Let me see. The Padlets, yeah, the Padlets are available with this link widely on the internet. So you just give them links, but when they post, they will be like anonymous here. Same with likes, yeah. So they don't have to register. What concerns your second question, how much time? So this all board I created in iterations, and I didn't sit much on it. I just in the way it was in my head, I just put it here and that's it, with the thought that later on I will come back and maybe change something, maybe clarify something, but just put it here and so on. So not very many for this part. For this part from the business analysis course, it was, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, not very much. Mira
Because I have,
yeah.
I have 11 topics in microeconomics that I'm starting, and I'm thinking, should I invest my time into creating such a mirror board, or I don't know.
You can try it on your own, a little piece, and see if it works. Then you can extend to the whole course and decide.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I would recommend to try at least, because it's to me it's very convenient. You have the whole picture in front of your eyes and not in your head, and you don't have to keep it here, and it frees your resources to other things. So what else? So we went through this first first part, then the second part. See, again, I had 7 topics, 7 Padlets, and all the structures here. I need to somehow follow the students' progress, see how they are performing. I used Trello for this. Let me show right now this Trello board that I used, and I will copy, paste into the chat the link to this Trello board, so that you can also look it through right now. The first link is just for viewing. The second link, if you want to play on the board, you can join this board and play right away. I have organized all the topics, all the 7 topics in this first in the left column called course topics. Each card, so each card for each topic. Trello actually is the tool for project management, and it went out of programming. First of all, many different teams use Trello to track the progress, the process of software development. So, and I myself actually is also from software development. I worked a lot of time in this field, so why not move or adjust practices, efficient practices from software development to education sphere. So Trello, here goes Trello. Trello actually, you see these columns. These columns help you track, help you establish a process, a strict process of how the education should go. When you are in the classroom, you have all tools like hands, voice, eyes, hands, whatever, to control the education process. You have board, you have presentation, and so on. But in the online classroom, you don't have it. Imagine when you do classes online, imagine that you are in the physical classroom, but you are with your eyes closed and tied with some piece of material, and you are tied. You hear almost nothing, and you say, and you can't even say what you can't even hear what you're saying. Just imagine the analogy. So you have to online. You have to have a tool, and you have to strictly control the process, establish and control. So my education process was the following. When the students start each topic, they open the template Trello card. They create their own Trello card from this template and put it into the list called to study. They assign their own to this card, and they start going through the material in the Padlet. For example, here is the link to this Padlet, and they can, from the card, they can switch to this Padlet and go through the materials. After they have finished studying, they move the card, drag and drop their own card from this column to another column. It's called for checking, for my checking. That's for me. And see this, for me in my account, I've put this watch trigger, this eye icon picture. So when any card is moved to this column, I receive a notification, an email or notification on my mobile phone and so on. And I myself remember there are new tasks to check. And for example, in the evening or when I have free time, I open this Trello board and just follow these cards and check their homeworks, check their tasks. And if anything, if everything is okay, I move this card to accept it, and that's it. And maybe the person automatically receives a notification. Or I move this card to fix column with the comments what they have to fix. After students fix it, they move the card again to the review column, and then my turn. It all seems, at first glance, these all may seem complicated, columns, cards, whatever, but it is very easy to get used to it and to get students used to it. And once they got used, you have full control of the process. And you have at a glance who is doing what in this moment of time. This is very convenient. And in addition to that, it's very convenient to introduce some other steps of the process. For example, you want the students, after they finish their task, you want them to ask another student to review. You can do it through the process. You create another list. For example, you call it peer review, and you put it, for example, here. And when they finish studying this topic, one student, he puts this card in the peer review column, assigns another students for reviews, another student receives notification and checks. And after checking, for example, they are supposed to inform me, I will review their review, and again, yeah. Or you can customize the process as you want. Again, I would like to remind, my task was to organize self-paced education, self-education mostly, with my mentoring, with my Q&A sessions, with my review, but the process that they have to study on their own works perfectly. Well, third question was about, so we discussed this. By the way, students can make many tricks. Like one of my students put the card on his own from the check-in to accepted column. You have to do this because on the Trello board there are no permissions, and everyone who is on the board can do anything here. Just pay attention to that. But well, the students normally do not do harm. And if they do, you always have history. You can restore, or you can oblige the student to restore, so that he carries his own responsibility. Trello is good. What about the tasks? Yeah. What about the tasks themselves? Let's see. I have on this I have here on the Padlet, I have these tasks here. They are linked to the Miro board, where I have collected and put all the templates that the student have to fill in after they have studied the previous piece of material. So these they have to fill in, and see, this is this is the this is a template. This is how they filled this template, and they give me a link to their own Trello board with this. So they simply copy paste this to their Trello board, to their Miro board, and they just give me the link to a Miro board. Well, of course, in the very beginning, it took some time for students to get used to it, but they all got used to it because Miro, and from my experience, I've tried many different tools for visualizing online engagement, online interaction, and Miro is the best I've ever seen and used. So they got used to that very quickly. And start showing me, and I can do corrections here, and of course I can do comments. I can put comments on each piece of material I want to comment. For example, here it is incorrect. And we can even have a chat on each piece of their work. This is how it works, but you always shall have some kind of templates or some kind of material that set frame for students' task, even if you have very creative task, very creative course. So, and this is how I check. Their job and organize the communication. Again, yeah, I did Padlets with materials, with atomic materials, as stated there. I have Trello board to track the progress of each student of each week, and I had again Miro board with the templates for their tasks, and checked it all there. And again, this is very important to have such kind of learning environment, because it extends. It is wide. This learning environment. See many different tools, and this is, to me, it showed that this is the key to having. This is the key to having the nice and smooth and efficient education process online. That's all what I wanted to tell you, colleagues, today. I am sharing a link to this Miro board with the materials and with the other links. Again, for around a week, it will be available. to use. You can use it. And so we have around 6 minutes when I can answer any of your questions. Please. Any questions so far from the audience?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
If I may again.
Yeah,
so
please,
my question
if
about
no one else
Trello.
wants, so you can take your time.
Thank you very much, Konstantin. So my question is about Trello and about the kind of tasks that we can use Trello for. Do you recommend using like large tasks like research projects or reading an article for Trello, or very small tasks as well, like solving a simple solution, mathematical or a multiple choice question? Yeah, because my course consists of different tasks and I'm thinking which I can use Trello for. I hope I was clear.
Yes, Oksana, I got you. In the very beginning of my course, see, for example, this topic 1.1, I had 7 different subtopics, or 7 different actually small practical tasks for people. So, for example, here was, let me show you. Here is all the templates for topic 1.1, yeah? And each of them is this item. And in the very beginning, I had 7 different cards for these 7 different sub items here, these small topics. But then I saw that it was not actually convenient for me and for students as well, because there has become a mess with the cards. So we switched to a topic card. And for me, it was more convenient to check tasks when they are done, not just one by one, but after students do some piece of tasks, it was more convenient for me to check this piece as a whole rather than each task separately. So we turned to weekly cards. So there was one topic, 1 week, yeah, to weekly cards, and it was okay. What concerns you, I think you have to try. You have to try each way and see the best. What suits you best.
Thank you very much. That's exactly what I want. Thank you for the seminar. It was very, very educative for me.
Okay, thanks, Oksana. Anything else? 2 minutes left for questions. There was a question on the from Natya. Yes, there will be a recording of this masterclass placed on YouTube channel, and you will receive a link to it sometime later. Natya, if you registered with this email address, then we have it in our registration list. Okay, super. Taco, the best for you with health, and stay healthy as soon as possible. Okay, colleagues, thanks again Hope it was interesting for you and you gained new information on how you could enrich your experience teaching online, or you can enrich, or you can adjust your classroom teaching with these online tools. I have that experience as well. It was also interesting, but there should be always room for experiments. We are teachers, and teachers are always innovators. University remains and should be the place where innovations are born, and we are all responsible for these innovations. So try new things, share your feedback, and let your classes become better every day. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.